A profane and a strange seed is a seed sown in disobedience. Even though it's a seed, the harvest cannot be good. Let me show you something in Leviticus chapter 10, verse 1. If you can put it up. Then Nadab and Abihud, these were sons of Aaron. After Aaron dies, either Nadab or Abihu will step into his role. It was a covenant that God meant in perpetuity. But they were in a hurry. They probably seen their father did many things, and those things have blown their mind. They've seen their pastor talking about how church has prospered. They've seen the pastor spoken of how people are bringing gifts to him, and they say, why can't we also be like him? They've said to themselves, oh, his ministry is blowing out, or has blown, as people will say. So there must be something that he's doing. They've not come to ask him, what are you doing? So they've seen, he's sowing, so we should sow. He's preaching, so we should preach. He's dancing, so we should dance. They are sowing a profane and a strange seed. So Nadab and Abihud, the sons of Aaron, each took his censer and put fire in it. Put fire on it. So they are putting in and they are putting on. And offered profane fire before the Lord, which he had not commanded them. That fire could only be done, or that censer could only be done by Aaron. It doesn't matter whether you are a biological son or spiritual son. If you are not a pastor, no one should come to you having your problem solved that is meant for the pastor to solve. If you have a ministry within the ministry, you are close to sowing a profane and a strange spirit. There is no way that your harvest can come to any maturity. Apart from this kind of seed, there's also a seed that you sow in error. Because the first one is so glaring, you don't do what the pastor is called to do unless you take his permission. But there are some that you do in error, but it's still deadly. Uzzah, unwanted assistance. 2 Samuel chapter 6, 6 to 7. You all know the story, but let's read it. 2 Samuel chapter 6, 6 to 7. And when they came to Nachon's threshing floor, Uzzah put out his hand to the ark of God and took hold of it, for the oxen stumbled. Many people are sowing seed in error. When I touch this subject next week, I will show you how not to sow in error. These people are sowing in error. They are sowing a corrupt seed. They are sowing an error. Look, what appears to a human physical being as nice, as good, in the heart is deadly. And God sees what? The heart, not what you do outwardly. David was very angry. David was very angry. How could it be that someone who has been trying to help? There are many helpers in church that should not be helping. In fact, pastors should be of a discerning spirit, that they will know there are certain helpers that appear divine, but they are satanic. Absalom is the third one as I begin to round up. Absalom, one of the most beautiful. So as more beautiful than Saul. Stands the hair on his hair. He doesn't need Brazilian wig. Is it 36? I don't know. I may have girls in my house. I don't know most of the things they do. It's here. It's 43. The most beautiful, in fact, he's more handsome as he has become beautiful. He was naturally, if God permits, going to be the king. He's older than Solomon. Solomon came from, permit me to use it, from a woman born in adultery. But what did Absalom do? Absalom began to sow into the wind. He began to sow into the wind. He became a betrayer. He became disloyal. He would go and camp on the way to his father's palace and began to counsel people. And in counseling people, he would be saying to you, oh, I wish my father got many counselors like me. Oh, I wish the king could just do this. He was giving something that appears nice, but crooked as a foundation. Many people are bound like that in church. That's why the church is not moving. They have Absalomic spirit. They are disloyal. They are rebellious. They are dishonest. They are digging the grave of the man that is set upon their own ministry. They are throwing arrows. They are gossiping about him. They are backbiting about his wife. There's no way that their harvest can stand. In Metari, the Bible says that they will reap a whirlwind.